All right, we should be live. Can you hear us, CJ?
Good to go.
All right. You're good, Jake.
We're good.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to episode 52 of the Noke Wrestling News, powered by Virginia Blue Ridge Sports. We've got a big news podcast today. We've got special guest EJ Johnson. We've got special guest David Reed. We're going to cover down on the New Jersey Duels, our Thanksgiving recap, New Standard and Blue Jay Invitational coming up this weekend, and then capping it off with an RTC update. But before we get into those, special guest EJ, Roanoke College alumnus, and this year is going to be the MC at the Mill Mountain match against Ferrum College. So pleasure to have you on, EJ.
Indeed. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, man. And if it's everything like last year, that match coming up, it's going to be good. Y'all put on a good one last year. I can't wait to see it again.
Yeah, no doubt. We're really excited for it. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, EJ, and kind of your history with wrestling. I know that you and Coach Nate Yetzer have known each other for a long time. So go into that a little bit.
Yeah, so we go back a little bit. Me and Coach Yetzer, my history with wrestling, I was scared to get on the mat. So that I'll just start off with that one there. But no, born and raised here in Roanoke. I tell people I haven't gone far yet. William Fleming High School, Roanoke College there. And then, obviously seeing the formation of the wrestling program and seeing who took it over a couple years ago. That's been great to see with Coach Yetzer. Like he mentioned, I saw him doing great things down at Ferrum when he was down there, when I started making that transition into the sports department here at WSLS. And so kind of following that trajectory every year that I've seen him, just first off, just a great person, great coach. And then second off, seeing the kind of values he instills in his athletes and his student athletes. It's just been great to see, and obviously family man too, so you can't go wrong there. But yeah, that's a little bit of my journey here in Roanoke. Like I said, it's been great thus far. I've been at WSLS for a while now and just transitioned into the sports director role just a few months back. So it's been great. It's been an honor. It's been a blessing. So just enjoy telling great stories in and around the sports community, and even dabble outside of it every now and then too, to just tell those real good stories that are here in and around the Roanoke Valley.
New father too.
Oh,
New father.
Yeah, father too. Yeah, yeah. So got a 9-year-old, and then we got a 3-month-old. So she's super fresh at the house. So if you see any bags or anything, you hear a little bit of drag in my voice, you know why. The sleep it's coming, but it's still not all the way there. But it's all good though. She's doing good.
It's awesome. Talk a little bit about, why you chose Roanoke College. I know you're a Roanoke College alumnus, and, it's a great school. We definitely like having a new wrestling program there. But talk a little bit about why you chose Roanoke College.
Oh man, so all throughout school, I was that guy that I made the A's and the B's, but occasional 1C, and I knew I needed that extra attention. So anything small in terms of like the teacher to class ratio, that was all me. So I look back now and I always think, man, the only schools I applied to were kind of like all ODAC schools, ironically, in private schools. So it was Ferrum, it was Shenandoah at the time, applied to JMU, and then I was actually on my way to Lynchburg College at the time. Of course, now it's University of Lynchburg. I was on my way there, and then a job opportunity came up behind the scenes at WSLS. And I remember the recruiter at the time at Roanoke, he kept like that whole summer asking me, "You sure you don't want to come to Roanoke?" It's like, no, leave me alone. I'm good to go. I'm going to Lynchburg, the Hill City, do the communications thing. I'm done. He's like, okay, cool. Won't call you anymore. And then the job opportunity came up in Roanoke, and I just remember the gas at the time was like $4.50 a gallon back in like 2011. It was ridiculous. And here at WSLS, they were like, "Well, we'll have you whether you want to either go to school in Lynchburg or change up and go to somewhere here in Roanoke." And I was like, let me make a call real quick. And so fortunately, I made the call and I was like, hey, you still got a spot? Can I still apply? And they were like, absolutely. So it was a late change, ironically. It was like mid-July, right before, and of course, classes, we're starting just in a matter of weeks, a couple months. But fortunately, I got accepted. I got in, and that was that. But no, ever since then, it's been great. The small class sizes. I tell people I stayed off campus, but there's nothing wrong with saving a little money. So I feel like I did good in that regard. So no, it was great my entire time there.
That's awesome, man. So you've known Nick for quite a few years now. What sets him apart from other coaches? I mean, I know you've probably, working for WSLS 10, just, been around a lot of college coaches. What sets Coach Yetzer apart from some other coaches you've talked to?
He's fierce and he gets to the point, but yet he's impactful. I think I used that same word just a few minutes ago in describing him. Like he has a certain knack for getting across to his student athletes. And not only that, but getting the best out of them, whether it's on the mats or whether it's just in general. I saw that when he was at Ferrum, and I'm like, man, this is a guy like, yeah, you know what? I would have gave wrestling a chance had I met this guy. Like, this actually would have been kind of cool. So, but aside from that, he's just been a solid dude. And I think, and that's probably a lot in the wrestling community, but also that says a lot about him in general too. So when you can find a good coach and just a good person, but yet a great motivator of men, leader of men, as we always say, that's what coaches typically are. You can't get any better than that. So, and he's been nothing but great, nothing but stellar. Anything I've ever needed, he's been there, and vice versa, man. So any way I can, and any time I can show up for Coach Yetzer, man, it's we got to make that happen. So.
Yeah, we agree. He's all right.
I was gonna say he's easy on me. I don't have to wrestle for him, so I'm sure y'all probably feel different.
All right, I got one last question for you. So this year you're going to be the MC for the Mill Mountain match against Ferrum College. What are you most looking forward to, and what is your score prediction?
Oh man. So I'm in the business of staying neutral when it comes to like sports. But I'll start with this. If the atmosphere, which I know will be, in the excitement levels like last year, I can't wait because I didn't know how it would come across until I actually got in there last year. And obviously I was, shooting it, filming some highlights and such for the newscast. But I was like, man, this is an awesome place to be. It was like, the crowd kind of up on you, but yet the wrestlers, they still had that shine. They had that moment. I think the most intimidating thing was the like the red lights. I was like, oh man, this is legit. Like this is like a ring of fire they're in. So I'm just looking forward to that burst of energy, that burst of emotion when guys take to the mats. And then when, I don't know, when somebody gets a good fall, get a good count there. Next thing you know, there's just a huge emotion erupting. Of course, from the run-up crowd. Fam crowd, it may be ruckus too, but especially from the run-up crowd there, looking forward to that. I'm gonna hold off on the score thing because I got love for all my ODAC schools, but yeah, we'll see. I'm sure the right team will come out on top. I'll put it that way.
Fair enough. No, we appreciate your time, man. It was a pleasure talking with you, and definitely we'll stay in touch.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it, man. I can't wait for another awesome night there at Mill Mountain, man.
Thanks, CJ.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, guys.
Can keep my hands on myself. Pick out dust them off, put them back up on the shelf. Little baby girl is in need. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Got another mouth to feed. Even with the babies that her mama call a grave digger. Gone with the fallen leaves. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might have had your fill, but I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Might be over now. Feel it still. We could fight a war for peace. Give in to that easy living. Goodbye to my hopes and dreams. Stop flipping for my enemies. We could wait until the walls come down. It's time to give a little to the kids in the middle. Oh, till it falls. Won't bother me. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks. Yeah.
All right, welcome back to episode 52 of Noke Wrestling News. Up next, we've got senior David Reed wrestling for us, 165 pounds, national qualifier last year, and I guess 2 weeks ago would have been ODAC Wrestler of the Week, coming off 2 big wins against Castleton and Stevens. So, David, walk us through your 2 matches with Castleton and Stevens. Start with Stevens, because we wrestled Stevens last year at home. Did you wrestle the same guy this year?
No, I didn't. The kid I wrestled last year, he actually bumped up to 174. So I didn't get to see him. But they had a new kid at 165 in, who I knew was going to be a pretty good match. So I just took it like any other match and went out there and competed to the best of my ability. Got a little gas towards the end. I think could have been a weight cut problem, but I still ended up taking the victory over him. Good competition. So
That kid actually won new standard last year. I looked it up. He beat Jake Cherry in the finals last year. Yeah, it was a good win.
So that was Stevens. So talk about your Castleton match. That would have been the first one on the day. A little bit tougher team overall. So, I mean, how do you think that one went? Obviously, 2-0 on the day, but
I think it went pretty well. I knew both of those matches were going to be pretty tough. I mean, two top 20 teams going into it. So I mean, just like I said, I went out there and wrestled to the best of my ability. Nothing really changed. Just went out there and competed for as many points as I can to help the team out. It was a huge duel starting off with Castleton. I mean, they were ranked 6 or something like that coming in, so I knew we needed to get as many bonus points as possible. So I just went out there and wrestled as hard as I could.
Yeah, no doubt. So, how do you feel about how you have started off this season versus other seasons? I mean, you're a senior, definitely a lot more under your belt, freshman, sophomore, junior year, coming into senior year. And at this point in the season, I mean, do you think you're more prepared? Do you think you're more in shape, more focused? I mean, talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think I definitely am a little bit more prepared, especially coming in as a senior. Just in the past, I know like there's been a lot of changes coming up to my senior year. It started kind of from my sophomore year to my junior year, where I wasn't really doing everything the correct way, and kind of sort of locked those things down to where I've kind of progressed and my conditioning's gotten better. Just my wrestling's gotten better as a whole, and it kind of helped last year. I stayed here over the summer doing an internship, so I kind of got to train and just focus on wrestling instead of just school and all the other things. So I think I definitely have progressed throughout the years, and the nerves aren't there now since I'm a senior too. I don't get too nervous before a match or anything. So I think I'm definitely well prepared coming into this season.
No doubt. Do you think becoming a national qualifier has changed your mindset at all? Like, I mean, do you think it gave you a little bit of a confidence boost?
Maybe.
Because like now you're like, I can wrestle with all these guys. I'm like at this level. Do you think it's definitely changed how you wrestle to some extent, or
more now?
I'd say to some extent, yeah, it has. Like I said, like sophomore year, I wasn't super serious. I kind of made that big jump going into my junior year, and that qualifying for the tournament kind of boosted it up a little bit. Kind of showed me I can hang with some of these kids, and I'm up there with some of these kids, but still not super happy. I mean, the whole goal is to All-American or maybe even win a national title. So that's kind of what I'm working towards right now, and I'm just excited to be able to go out there compete against some of these top dogs.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about how the team dynamic has changed since you were a freshman. I mean, you were part of basically the first full class at Roanoke College. You guys didn't have upperclassmen to really look up to. I mean, that's definitely got to be hard coming into you're there to build the new program. And talk about like how back then compared to now with the incoming freshmen, talk about the dynamic of the team.
It's definitely changed a lot. I feel like just throughout the years, of course, the team's been changing. You kind of weave in those kids that came in with my class. But it's kind of nice now because we have that upperclassmen group where we're a pretty good team, and we know what needs to get done to have success at this level. So we kind of push the newer guys coming in to have that same type of mentality, so we can just keep building on the program and passing our knowledge down to them and help them get better in practice, and kind of gives them a good look wrestling some of us to see what the competition's like coming up.
What duel or tournament are you most looking forward to this year outside of postseason?
That's a hard one. I'd say maybe Nashville. I feel like Nashville's going to be a fun one just because.
Is that the Gator Boot duels?
Yeah, it's the Gator Boot duels. I know there's some good teams there, and then maybe this one this weekend just because kind of test me early just to see what the competition's like and who I'll see maybe later down the road. I know there's a few good schools coming to this tournament, so it'll be a good look. I know the Stevens kid's going to be there again probably. I think I saw Stevens. TCMJ I think is going to be there. So that's going to be a good look. The kid in my weight group won it last year, so I'm hoping to see some of those kids this upcoming weekend. I'm excited for it.
So I know we're splitting. Half the team's going to New Standard and half the team's going to Blue Jay. Which one are you going to?
New Standard.
New Standard. Okay. And where is that at?
It's in York, Pennsylvania.
York. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Last question. Who is your favorite drill partner and why?
Probably Andrew McDougal.
Yeah, I knew that was the answer, but I had to ask you.
It's just one of my boys, roommate. He's been there since freshman year. I kind of knew him actually before coming into college. We hung out a few times. I used to wrestle him all the time back in like middle school and high school. So our families kind of already were close together. And then
I didn't know that. You guys wrestled in middle school?
Yeah.
What's the record? What's the overall record?
Honestly, don't even remember. I used to wrestle Sean Hall a lot too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but definitely Andrew McDougal because we push each other and we know how to scrap in the room and both push each other and work hard.
Yep. Oh, last one. what's going to be your favorite like postseason meal right after nationals? You're done cutting weight.
Oh,
What are you looking forward to?
That's a hard one. I'd say maybe Waffle House.
Solid choice.
Then we go crazy in a Waffle House. Maybe do the 24-hour Waffle House challenge.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
I have to do that.
Horrible.
So
That's awesome, man. Well, thanks for coming on tonight, and congrats on the ODAC Wrestler of the Week 2 weeks ago.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Darren Drury said, David Reed, All-American in waiting.
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll hit a commercial here.
All right, take a break and.
I heard you died twice. Once when they bury you in the grave, and the second time is the last time that somebody mentions your name. So when I leave here on this earth, did I take more than I gave? Did I look out for the people, or did I do it all for fame? Legend is Exodus, searching for euphoria, judging through the mud to find the present, no ignoring us. 20,000 deep up in the street like we some warriors. My mama told me never bow your head.
I feel glorious, glorious. Got a chance to start again. I was born for this, born for this. It's who I am.
As you can see,
I couldn't forget.
Pretty mad in my
I
opinion.
made it through the darkest part of the night, and now I see.
And y'all are family.
sunrise. Now I feel
That's a wrap. 2024, Noke Team Camp.
glorious.
I'm feeling glorious.
All right, welcome back to episode 52 of Noke Wrestling News with head coach Nate Yetzer. Covered a lot already. I guess let's talk a little bit about 2 weeks ago. So we had Thanksgiving last week, and then 2 weeks ago you guys were up in New Jersey for New Jersey Duels against Castleton. Unfortunately, took a loss there, 16-20, and then get the win against Stevens, 21-19. So talk about this.
Well, yeah, Castleton was a great duel. I mean, I thought, to be honest with you, overall, I didn't think we wrestled great in the weekend. We didn't look super sharp, and I think even David Reed was just here. Obviously, I don't think he wrestled the best he possibly could. I mean, I think there's got to make a few adjustments, but to be in the dual meet, to go down to heavyweight, it really had maybe 2 or 3 other opportunities to win the dual meet outright, and we didn't take advantage of it. So that kind of that hurt us. Obviously, against a team that's that good. I mean, I think they're right above us, number 6, we're number 7, and Stevens was number 12. So to finish, not finish that duel off was disappointing. But we turned around. We obviously we were favored against Stevens, but they wrestle. I mean, they wanted some revenge from last year. Obviously, we knocked them off, and you could tell the growth of our program because even though we didn't wrestle well. Last year, Stevens, when we beat them, was the biggest win of our program's history. Guys were really excited and rightfully so. And this year we beat them, and it was really disappointing. Like the guys, you could tell a lot of the guys are disappointed, and we won, right? So I think that's a good sign. The standards are raised, and obviously we got a lot of things to work on. I still think we're, no offense to the Castleton's are great. They do a great job. Coaches are great coaches, and I just think we're a better team. Yeah. We just didn't prove it. So,
I mean, do you think first of all, is this the first time Roanoke has had a head-to-head with Castleton? You've never wrestled them in any duels?
We've seen them at a couple of events. I think a Citrus last year.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've ever had a duel with them. So, obviously, it's a pretty big distance, right? So, but I would like to duel those guys again. The next year was just. I'm not sure we'll do the New Jersey thing again, but. I do think, they do a great job. They're well coached. Every weight they were solid. So,
I mean, happening this early in the season, I think from a fan looking in, it might have been a good reset for the guys coming off of a huge win from Washington Lee. That was a big win, kind of up, little chip on your shoulder, which isn't a bad thing to have. But then to turn around and kind of get knocked down a little bit. I mean, do you think it's going to help refocus the guys, reset the guys, and be like, hey, we're not there yet.
Right.
You think it's gonna?
Yeah. Well, I think they spoke like a true coach. Big coach. We're about that now. But I mean, exactly. I mean, I think it's probably good for us a little bit. I mean, get humbled a little bit. And I mean, when we're on, I will say, when we're on, we're really, really good. If we get all 10 guys wrestling, at a high level at the same time, which is always the goal, and we're a really, really good team. But I think sometimes it takes some losses to kind of open your eyes, and we're probably going to make some lineup changes. Shift the lineup around a little bit, and it's just we got a lot of guys waiting too that want their opportunity, and they're probably going to get it. So, but we're our lives far by it's not set at all. I mean, we got some guys coming off injury that'll be back in a couple weeks after Christmas. I think we'll shake things up as well too. And but I'm excited for the second semester. We always compete better second semester. So
Which, I mean, you want that obviously
Yeah,
as you get closer to postseason, you want to start peaking at that
Exactly,
point.
yeah.
So it's not necessarily a bad thing. And just thinking back to the Castleton match, I remember I was watching it online, and the score is 16-20. But you look back at some of the matches, specifically what I remember, it was 25, and then again at 49. I mean, you're in the 25-pound match, you're 10 seconds away from winning that match.
Yep.
And then
They stopped. They really stopped us. They stopped us at one point. I think we actually, we were coming out the back door. We had the kid's legs up. The Bradley kid, who was two-time All-American, gets a stud. We had his legs up, and we're starting to turn the corner, to get the takedown, and the guy stopped it for whatever reason. It was a horrible call. And,
Yep.
But listen, obviously, you can't leave it in the ref's hands at the same time. And that would have changed the whole dynamic of the match. Because then we really had to chase the kid after that. You know what I mean? So, it just kind of changed things a little bit. 49, obviously.
I mean, I just remember in the match at one point, I mean, you were 2 seconds away from getting a takedown, and then we give up the takedown. It's like you get that takedown, that might win the match.
Sure.
So, it's the little things, but cost the match. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I mean, you got to be able to wrestle through it. So.
Exactly. Yep. I think, I mean, those guys are very opportunistic, man. The Castleton, they're very well coached.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of respect for Coach Legacy. I think he's done what he's done up there, and they always started their program 10 years ago. I think it's 9 or 10 years ago, I think he said it was. So I have a lot of respect for what they've done in their program. They're doing a great job.
So I guess up next, talk a little bit about Thanksgiving. I know you guys. So what did you guys do? You and your family. I know
we went to we actually my older brother has 5 kids. And they're all kind of around the same age. We're all pretty tight. So we usually go up every 4th of July and spend 4th of July with them. But this Thanksgiving, we got together, my parents and him and his kids. And we met in West Virginia and rented an Airbnb, and really cool, right in the gorge.
New River Gorge.
New River Gorge, yeah. And
up around Beckley, right?
Yep. But yeah, we were right outside. We were in actually a town called Fayetteville.
Okay.
Really cool spot. They've never been there, but it was awesome. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So spent 3 or 4 days up there, or 2-3 days up there, and it was great. Man, it's good to get all the kids together and see my parents and see my brother. And obviously, he's 10 months older than me, so we've been very tight. Went to college, wrestled together, so we're very close, and it was good to see those guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know.
How about
So,
you?
well, it just stayed local. All
Yeah.
families around here, so
Yeah.
it was good seeing both sets of grandparents. So it was nice.
That's your parents, right? You moved out.
I moved out. Yeah, new roommate. Roommate kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. I'm just kidding. No.
For those who don't know, Jake and Coach Rosenbaum are roommates. So they're roomies.
Yep.
You got a bunk bed in there.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was good seeing family.
Good.
Coach Blake, what'd you do over Thanksgiving? Even though I know.
Yeah. I also got a new camera now. You got to see me. I went to Abingdon, my hometown, for a couple days, stayed the night. Just got to see my sister. She just had a baby 3 months ago. So it was cool to see her, the new baby. A little more active still. She's kind of lazy in the crib. But the other one, my niece, June, she's way more active now. Still doesn't like me a lot. She doesn't really like anybody, but she does now. She'll walk up and she pats you, and then she walks away and kind of looks at you like, yeah, she does that a lot. So then I stayed there last night with them. So starting to warm up a little bit. So it was a fun break, though. Enjoyable for sure.
Awesome.
Good stuff.
Guys had a few days off, I'm assuming. You gave them
we did.
one.
We had a very short day. We didn't have a lot of time off just because we had this new standard this weekend. The new standard invitational is one of the best tournaments on our schedule. It's a 2-day event, and we have half the guys wrestling that, and the other half are going to. We're actually all staying in the same hotel. We're just the next morning we're split going in different directions. But we have the other group going to the Blue Jay Classic over in Elizabethtown. So both really good events, and so it was important to have I wanted to get a really good training, kind of a training cycle in before the week start. Plus we got finals next week, so this week I knew it would be a little bit lighter. So we wanted to get some training in on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and so they came back a little early this year. But Christmas, because we're not going to Florida this year. I think me and my wife talked today. I think they get 12 days off, which is unheard of, right? So I'm sure they're excited about that. Most guys get 12 days off and then some guys even get a little bit more. So, yep.
So new standard. I mean, I feel like you guys did this last year, right? Where you go to new standard and Blue Jay and split.
Yeah,
right?
We did the same thing last year. Yeah, it worked out pretty well. I mean, I thought we, it hurts a little bit just because, I mean, if you're really, we want to do as best we can as a team, but this is more like I'm more focused on individual matchups and stuff, and it hurts you a little bit to split the team up just because you don't have as many point scorers, and obviously, they take the best point scorer anyways, but it does, you don't have as much depth, but. But it's good for the guys. You have to see those matchups.
Tell us just a few teams that that are going to be at New Standard, and then a few teams.
Oh man, New Standard's loaded this year. So I'd say I'm thinking about the best teams there. Johnson and Wales will be there. The College of New Jersey, both are ranked ahead of us, I believe. And then Stevens will be there. I mean, obviously right below us. And then
Del Val.
Yeah, they're doing a great job down there. Ithaca is always really strong. I think there's 12 teams, and there's really only 2 teams that are like so. And the rest of the other 10 are really, really strong. So Alfred State's always got some really good kids. And then the Blue Jay, probably the best team this year is probably Elizabethtown and Wilkes.
Okay.
But I think they finished 1 and 2 last year at that tournament. I think we finished 3rd. So they're bringing. Most of our starters will go to. We have a couple starters sitting out this weekend, and then most of them will go to New Standard, and then most of our young guys and some backups will be going to the Blue Jay. So,
and that's on Saturday, correct?
It's Friday and Saturday for the New Standard, and then just Saturday for the Blue Jay.
Nice.
Yep. Gotcha.
All right, I guess the last thing on the list is Noke RTC update. I know that's been kind of slowing down just because middle school and high school teams are starting up in the area, but we're still.
You would think. We actually had, I think Sunday we had about 50 kids in the room, so we had to actually split up 2 groups because there's a lot of kids in there. So it was all mostly middle school kids, though, right? But we had some high-level high school kids in there too, and the club's just been awesome. Coach Hand does a phenomenal job, and we brought Reed Carpenter in the mix as well as the youth coach this year. He's been doing a phenomenal job, and the club's kind of, the club's kind of, it changes every year. You never know what you're going to get, but I'm really excited for this group and that we have coming through now, especially in the high school. We have a lot of really good freshmen, and so I'm excited to see these guys next 2 or 3 years. When we start putting these dual teams together, we like to try to keep mostly club kids, not get free agents. So. I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a good group.
So even though high school teams and middle school teams are going, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I still think they're having the Sunday practices.
We do Sundays at 5, and which is our biggest group, and then we do Thursdays at 6, which we do a lot of fine tuning, stuff. So, but Coach Hand runs all the workouts, Matt Hand, and we're going to start getting him on here now that we're really talking about the RTC. Try to do it every podcast. We're gonna get Matt in here talking kind of what's happening with the club, and but no, even though we get into the season, the best guys, they seek out more competition, more practices. It's just our club's a place to do that. So
nice.
Yep.
Well, I think that's all we had.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Any questions, Blake? No questions there?
No. Sean Linehan said, "Keep coming up north. We love you guys up coming up this way." They're from PA, so they're excited.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. And shout out to Sean. He was at he came to New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey. Watched unfortunately, Colorado got 1 match, but did a great job. So
got the Kyle Lee where his dad was from. We got to stay.
Shout out to Kyle Lee's dad. Yeah, good dude. Yeah,
his mom Lisa, she was there as well. So
yep. Oh, that's right. Yes, Lisa's there. Yeah, that's where I got about that. Yeah, so. Trying to think who else is there. Do we have anybody else? Oh, yeah, the Paulinos.
Paulinos, yep. Massachusetts.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, so, good group there.
Usually Elizabethtown's like maybe one of our most packed events. We have like most families come to that one.
Yep, exactly.
So I'm excited to see everybody there this weekend.
Yeah, hope to get out there. And we obviously travel really well, so that's something I'm really proud of, getting the parents on board, travel with us. And, so it should be good.
Yeah. Also, too, on Instagram, we are 118 followers away from 5,000. So trying to hit that by the end of the year here. I'm going to do a giveaway when we get to 5,000. So if you guys can share the page. If you're not already, follow it. Most of you guys probably already seen this, but share it and everything you can. Ken Williams, he said, yes, keep going to New Jersey for the parents. He's from New Jersey.
That's right. Yeah, Ken is there. Ken was there, right?
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah. Shout out to Ken. Thank you, Ken. But hey, what's yeah? So we talked about this the other day. Where are we at in Instagram as far as like all Division III teams? I think we're number 2.
Me and
right?
Jake were looking at it. I mean, we got to be. We're at least top 5.
Okay.
I think Johnson Wilson's a little more than us.
Yep.
From what I've seen, Coast Guard has the most. I mean, it's the
Okay.
Coast Guard. It's a little different.
Right. Yeah.
But they definitely have the most. I think they're like, what, 12 or something like that? 12,000?
Right around 12.
Oh, 12,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're pretty high.
They're up
Wow.
there.
It's the Coast Guard.
Oh,
You know,
it's
so
okay.
a little different. But that's the only 2 I've really seen like, hey, they have more than us.
Right. Okay.
Maybe Ithaca or something. Wartburg Augsburg already passed both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool to be up there.
Yeah.
Obviously, spread awareness of the program.
Well, it matters. Like people,
Yeah.
like it does matter. It's for us. It's like it really puts us in front of kids, recruits, before even meeting them. You know, and we do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. You know, like and so you get a feel what our program's really like. I think that's it's actually the recruiting pitch before the recruiting pitch. You know, so so keep spreading that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you guys hit 5,000. We'll do a little giveaway and stuff. Hopefully by the end of the year. That's the goal. So.